Welcome everyone to What's Happening in Crypto, exploring all of the latest from the crypto world and beyond. Waves, the blockchain platform that not a lot of people talk about, but is actually a major competitor to all of the other big blockchain platforms out there. Some call it the Ethereum of Russia, but instead of giving it such a boring nomenclature, let's actually dive into some of the updates and see what has been happening over at Waves recently. And a lot of people probably put this on their radar because Waves has gone up 100% in the last couple of days on the rumors of some really big announcements happening, but they have been making a lot of big announcements. We're going to cover the ones that have been being talked about. And the first one is Vostok. Vostok is a private chain which will be using the Waves consensus algorithm. Now, having a private chain, some people were a bit worried about this when they say, oh, you're going to abandon Waves and go over to this private chain thing. And this is actually really, really great for business when it comes down to it. You see a lot of the other very serious blockchains have a public chain because there's a use case for a public chain, and they have a private chain because there's a use case for a private chain. Now, a private chain is really going to be focused on public administration services, banks, registries, payment providers, all these people who need to have a service that can be internal and private for them without exposing all of their information to the world. Now, this will be used for things like certifying and registering and tracking data. It'll do up to 10,000 transactions per second, which is a lot, but you have to remember it is a private chain. It is not a public chain. So that is something to keep in mind. So this will be a complement to the Waves ecosystem, not a replacement of the Waves public chain. Now, the Waves platform has also signed an agreement with the Tokenization Standards Association, operating under the brand name Better Tokens, essentially aimed at creating better standards for the crypto industry, particularly focusing on Waves. Though to start off with, we'll have things like KYC for standard token issuance. We'll also have a qualified token issuer status, which is a pretty cool thing to see, this kind of extra level of verification going into the legitimacy behind projects and different things like this. And if you do get that verified token status on Waves, you'll have things like priority search listings on the Waves DEX. Now, we also have the Waves Keeper. Now, the Waves Keeper is an extension that allows you to interact with any Waves-enabled web services, all done securely from the comfort of your browser, which is really, really cool. This is the kind of extensions that you do need to have that interface with the old world and the new world, so to speak. They can come together and communicate and have that easy level of access without always having to go through extra steps in order to actually interact with these different decentralized applications, for example. The mobile app has been updated for various different things to make the experience for users much more friendly over on the mobile app. The network of nodes is growing all the time, and the roadmap for 2019 has been announced. Now, on the roadmap for 2019 are some very, very exciting things. Decentralized two-factor authentication. I mean, that's pretty cool, right? Without a doubt. But what I'm super excited about to see on the roadmap for 2019 is tokenomica. Tokenomica. This is compliant security token trading. This is specifically focused on being they want to be the European security tokens platform. And we all know about the big, big buzz that has been happening recently about security tokens. To see Waves really focusing on making this happen. Now, you have to keep in mind, they're probably not going to have their license until Q3 of 2019 at the earliest. Still a ways away. But when they do get that license, whoa, watch out. Just imagine all the security tokens that could be issued on Waves, totally compliant with European standards, in a safe, decentralized place where they have automatic access to a decentralized exchange. It could be very, very powerful. Now, this is not saying that Waves is the only player in town trying to cater to the coming security token market. Obviously, Ethereum itself and different players working on Ethereum are trying to do that. Stellar Lumens is trying to do that. Dusk Foundation is trying to do that. Own is trying to do that. So we have lots of different players that are focusing on the security token industry right now. Lots of them are probably going to have lots of success because the security token industry, if it is anywhere near as big as it is thought to be, all of these guys are going to be having a lot of business. So to see Waves really pushing this forward as a major priority, I find incredibly encouraging. We're also going to have non-fungible tokens. So that is like your collectibles, your Pokemon on the blockchain kind of stuff. Atomic swaps, that is another big focus for the team for 2019. This will be a very important part of, really being able to easily transfer value between chains. Now the Waves DEX is already an awesome DEX, so to take atomic swaps, we're just taking everything to the next level here. And the guys over at Waves also want to have a big focus on Web 3.0. All of this, of course, will come together to help enable things like smart cities to happen in a seamless way. And that, of course, that's just what's coming. This we add on to what Waves already is, 1,000 transactions per second, integrated, easy to use, decentralized exchange, super easy token creation, smart assets, smart account trading, all of that fun stuff. Now, if you're thinking, wow, all this sounds really cool, Lark, where can I pick up some Waves? Well, if you are going to go out and get yourself some Waves, maybe have a little think about it first. We have seen a 100% run up in the past week. This is definitely one of those situations where a lot of people are going to be buying the rumor and selling the news. So keep an eye out for that. I currently have a small bag of Waves, and I might look to add more Waves to my portfolio in the future, but I'm not looking to add them now with this big price run up that we have been seeing with Waves recently. I would like it to chill out a little bit more before I add some more Waves in, but Waves does have a lot of potential. They have a lot to offer. So definitely a cool project that doesn't get talked about near enough, but we're talking about today. So there you go. And I think especially interesting for Waves is that in this era of, broken promises and total fiscal mismanagement of funds by, different ICOs and stuff like that, Waves has actually proven the opposite. They're still sitting on like 20,000 Bitcoin from, their initial raise, which happened a long time ago. And they've been really well funding themselves during all that time, managing their funds, building great technology, getting partnerships and all that stuff. So fun times ahead for Waves. But the competition is steep as always. There are lots of players who want to take the mantle and get the business, of course. So anyway, let me know what you think about Waves down below in the comments section. If you enjoyed this video, leave a thumbs up. If you're new around here, subscribe to the channel. If you want to know when I put out a new video, you can hit that notification bell down below. Quick daily reminder, you guys are incredibly awesome. I love you all. Long live the blockchain, and peace out the next time.